Hello everybody, welcome back to Book Bar and welcome to my May book haul. Yeah, we're in the month of May. That's what it is. So this month I ended up getting a few book boxes. A couple of them I think are from way back when I moved in September. They just showed up. And then one book I bought on my own, and well, I bought on my own full price. And then the others are books that I got from Half Price Books that had gone up. And there's a big Half Price Books by my aunt's house, so I went to that one and got a bunch of books. So we'll start with the books I got from Book Boxes because they're easy. So I have two book boxes that I don't really subscribe to anymore. Sometimes I'll get I'll just decide to get the Romance Reveal book box, but I have canceled my Once Upon a Book Club subscription because I just felt like I wasn't enjoying the books. But we'll start with that one. So that book I got was The Oceanography of the Moon. Once Upon a Book Club is fun. You get like a little there's like pages where it has like little like sticky notes, and you get like open your present here and open up your gift, and like the gifts then have like things to do with what's on the page. And some of the gifts are fun, but for the most part, I just wasn't enjoying the books that much. But this says, fate brought them together, while their paths tore them apart. After the untimely deaths of her aunt and her mother, young Riley Mays moved from Chicago to her cousin's Wisconsin farm. Here she found solace in caring for her extraordinary adoptive brother, exploring and surrounding wild nature and gazing at the mystical moon, a private refuge in which she hides from her most painful memories. But 10 years later, now 21, Riley feels too confined by the protective walls she's erected around herself when a stranger enters her family's remote world. Riley senses something he's hiding, a desire to escape that she understands well. Suffering from writer's block, best-selling novelist Vaughn Orr has taken to the country roads when he happens upon the accommodating, if somewhat unusual, Mays family. He's soon captivated by their I can't say this word, eccentricities, yeah. I'm terrible at pronouncing that word. And especially by Riley and her quiet tenacity. In her, he recognizes a shared need to keep a heartbreaking secret buried. So, sounds fun. Probably like a women's fiction romance, but not romance. Then the Romance Reveal book box. Like I said, a couple of these I think are from like way back in like September before I moved. So we'll just start at the top. This first one is Stag Fury Vipers MC Series Book 1. I'm not a huge fan of motorcycle club romances because I don't love the way they talk. So we'll see if this has really bad like representation, and they say the B word a lot. She's a princess locked away without any hope. He's her dark knight in leather. Stag has been in and out of juvie for years, but now he's determined to keep his nose clean, or as clean as the road captain for the Fury Vipers MC can be. He's found a brotherhood, one that he'll protect until his undying breath. Then he sees her and his plans go up in smoke. She's the club princess and completely off limits. Okay, well, we'll see. Depending on the language that's used, I might end up really enjoying this because I do love the idea of MC romances because they're found family and all that. And I love that. So then I have Meant to Be by Jennifer Probst. Oh, all of these are also signed, so that's always fun. The Best Friend and the Widower. Is it really meant to be? Ooh, friends to lovers. It's been 2 years since Kiara Kennedy lost her dearest friend, Rory. Kiara misses everything about her. Rory's widowed husband is another story. Sebastian Ryder is a man. Kiara had secretly wanted, let slip away, and hoped to never see again. Then fate throws them together for an unexpected one-night stand and the morning after of new challenges. Ooh. All right. So, that's fun. I'm not going to keep reading. I don't like to read too much into the synopses. Then this one I'm really excited about. It's one I've been seeing everywhere, and I love me a good sports romance. This is Beauty and the Baller by Elsa Madden Mills. I've been wanting to pick it up. This is a pretty new release too. So I think it came out in like April or March or April. So it's fairly new release, which is really exciting because I have been wanting to pick it up. I mean, it is on KU, but I really love this cover, by the way. 2 years ago, a quarterback fumbled a one-night stand. This time, he's holding on tight. Gorgeous, talented, and brilliant NFL quarterback Ronan Smith has the world at his hands, but after losing his career and his fiancée in a car accident, he falls to a pit of grief and bad choices. When a mysterious girl shows up at his party, he feels drawn to her and makes her his for one night. Former beauty queen Nova Morgan is on a mission. Scantily clad as a princess from a galaxy far, far away, she sneaks into a high-profile party to capture the attention of her favorite quarterback, but her hopes crash after an awful one-night stand. Oh, all right. So, I did hear about that. She dresses up as Princess Leia. So, that's fun. Then, Worth the Chase by J.D. Holyfield. Chase. Hit it and quit it. That's always been my motto. Bad boy. Player. Falling in love is for chumps, and I vow never to go down that road again. So when bombshell blonde approaches me at a bar looking for a hookup, I am more than willing to oblige. One night is my limit, but after our night of passion, I would change my rules for another round with her. Shame, the only proof she even existed is the lingering scent of cherries and the damn smile I can't get rid of, or so I thought. Bridget, losing the love of your life puts your whole world into perspective, especially when the one man who's supposed to protect you is the very man who took it all away. I'm done feeling betrayed. From now on, I make the rules. Yeah, I don't know. Is that all of it? Bombshell blonde. Hot guy, hot girl. We'll see. Sometimes I get over reading about perfect specimens. I like the curvies and the people that aren't perfect and blonde, and I mean, not that but yeah, sometimes I get over reading about those all the time. So we'll see. Then we have the Anti-Hero Chronicles, which love me an anti-hero. Dirty Game by Mika Lane. I said undress. Saved from a violent shootout, I am now in debt to Luco and Leah Baroni, the gorgeous mob twins of Las Vegas. They said I'd be dead without them, and that my payment is to play the game. Problem is, I'm pretty sure I'll end up the loser, because guys like the Baroni brothers always win. They aren't the most brutal men walking the streets of Sin City because they're sweethearts, and I'm no match for their wicked ways. I may have to survive the shootout, but I'm not sure what I'll survive what's next. Interesting. I'm excited. I don't know. Doesn't really give you much, so we'll see. Then The Friendship Equation by J.R. Gray. I believe from reading the synopsis that this is a male-male romance, which is kind of fun. I enjoy a good male-male, plus, ooh, look at those abs. I never thought I'd go to college a virgin, but unless something changes and fast, that's what's going to happen. In comes Harden Hart, my all-American boy next door best friend, with an offer to help in a way I'd never imagined. The boy who turned everything he touched to gold had a filthy side to him I had never seen. Oh, and did I mention he's straight? So I'm assuming that it is male-male based off that. We could keep this fun, but we had to hide it from both our fathers. We could smile for the cameras, focus on winning the state championship, and maintain Harden's image. Easy enough, right? Only Harden didn't want to hide his addiction to our not-so-private hookups, put everything at risk with his father's planned presidential run, and I risked losing my best friend if anyone found out. But the biggest risk of all, the risk of breaking my own heart for falling for someone who was never meant to be mine to begin with. Maybe love just isn't in the equation. That sounds fun. I love sports romances, as you all know. So, then the book that I bought for myself is Devil in Disguise by Lisa Kleypas. This is the final book in the Ravenels, or final book for now. I know this isn't really like a Ravenels because it's not actually a Ravenel. This follows Merritt Sterling, who is actually the daughter of Marcus and Lillian from It Happened One Autumn, I think is what it is. The second book in the Wallflower series. But she is best friends with Phoebe from Devil in Disguise. No, this is Devil in Disguise from Devil's Daughter. So I'm excited. And it's Lisa Kleypas' first Scottish hero. So I'm not going to read much about it because I don't like to know going in. Then here is the stack of books that I got at Half Price Books. They had a few indie romances, which are always fun. First one is On the Island by Tracy Garvis Graves. I've heard a lot about this book. It's an age gap, older woman, younger man. She's like supposed to be his tutor and goes to travel. Like when the book starts, I think he's only like 16, but they don't hook up till he's older. But they go she's supposed to be his tutor, and they going somewhere with his family, and the plane crashes, and they have to survive on a deserted island. And of course, when you're the only two people on said island, things are gonna happen. I think they try to avoid it, but once he turns 18, things happen. I've heard good things about it. Then Obsessed by Ivy Smoke. I don't know anything about this. I didn't even read the back. I just, when there's indies at half price books, I gotta pick them up because they're half the price. Plus, I just love indie covers. I love matte covers. I'm not a good man, and it turns out I'm an even worse professor. I have sinful thoughts about one of my students. Every night I picture her in my bed, in my shower, underneath me, right up against the chalkboard. I'm especially fond of that one. Ooh, student teacher. So that's fun. See me after class. Yeah, I'm excited to get to that one. Then, of course, I had to pick up some historicals. There's a couple that I have read and enjoyed. Whoops. Throwing them around. So the first is The Raquel of Roth by Amelie Howard. This is the second book. I haven't read the first one, but I've read this one. It's A Marriage in Trouble, and it's fun. As the owner of the most scandalous club in London, the last thing the notorious Marquis of Roth wants is a wife. Keeping up his false reputations as a rake brings clients with the deepest pockets. So basically, they had to get married because she was supposed to marry someone really terrible. And so she marries, I can't think of their names, but she marries him. It's Isabel and the Marquis of Roth. I can't think of what his name is. And he leaves her basically with his father and goes off to London. And there's all sorts of tabloids saying that he's a terrible person and he's sleeping around and doing all this stuff. And finally she's had enough and she's like, I'm going to go seduce him. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think I gave this 5 stars, but it's just a pretty cover. So I like to have covers, and I have the first book, so I figured why not have both. Then I read this one last year, Four Nights with the Duke, and it has this gorgeous step back. So basically, this girl overhears her stepbrother talking crap about her, and Amelia Gwendolyn Carrington told the future Duke of Pindar that she would marry any man in the world before him. Evander Septimus Brodie has his own reasons. So it's, yeah, Amelia and Evander, and she overhears him talking crap about her, and she's like, would never marry you. And it's now many years later, and she shows up and says, hey, I have a letter. You have to marry me. I am blackmailing you. Because she needs to get married to be able to keep her nephew as her, and raise him as her son, because her brother died. I think it's her brother. I could be wrong. But yeah, somehow she has a kid that she has to raise. It's not her own kid, but she's raising him and might lose him if she doesn't get married. And so she blackmails him to Evander into marrying her, and he basically tells her, I will sleep with you 4 nights only. That's it. 4 nights. And of course, they end up falling in love. But yeah, it's a really fun book. I'm probably explaining it terribly, but I really enjoyed it when I read it last year. And I'm obsessed. Look how gorgeous that is. So yeah. Then here are 4 that I want to... 3 I got because of the step back, and 1 because it's Lisa Kleypas. So this one is called Because You're Mine by Lisa Kleypas. I know nothing about it. It does not have a step back or anything, but it's Lisa Kleypas, and I want to have all of her books. So bought that one. Then this one I literally only bought for the step back. It's Enslaved by Virginia Henley. Look at that. Just look at that. I probably will never read it, but who knows, maybe. Then I got Never Judge a Lady by her cover, by Sarah MacLean. This is the 4th book in the Rules for Scoundrels, and this is the only one I haven't read yet. And I don't he looks kind of weird, but I do love the step back. And I have the first book in the series with the step back, and it's the only one I have. But now I've got this one. I'd love to get them all, but I had to get it because I've enjoyed the series, and I do still need to read this one. Then the last one is The Day of the Duchess, which I believe is another like Marriage in Trouble. It has a step back and it's in like perfect condition. Like no, like there's one little crease. So whoever read it very carefully. But yeah, I mean, again, just the gorgeous step back. So yeah, those are all of my physical books. I did buy a bunch of books in the most recent Audible sale, but I record on my phone, and so I can't look at what they are. I forget. I know there was a few by Tijen and a couple other ones that I really am excited to get to that I bought in the Audible sale. So maybe one of these days I will do a digital haul with all my Audible and any ebooks that I have bought or anything. But yeah, that is all I have for now. And let me know down in the comments if you've read any of these, which ones I should prioritize, especially the ones I haven't read yet. Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. It really helps me out, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Bye!